Is time a bigger flex than money? 2 years ago, I was stuck in the UK commuting to an office, and it was one Monday morning where I was sat there and realised I was working 40 hours a week for someone else's happiness. I really knew at this point that I wanted to do something different, and 2 years on, I've never looked back. Here's how my 2025 has looked so far since I learned appointment setting. I'm from London and started the year off at home with my family celebrating Christmas before travelling to South Africa on a once-in-a-lifetime family trip, going to Cape Town and even spending a few days at the safari, all whilst working. I then stopped off in Dubai on my way back to Bali, where I've been spending a lot of my time since working remotely. And this means that while I'm in Bali, I'm travelling between Canggu, Uluwatu, Ubud, Nusa Lembongan. I've even gone to Menjanan Island. After spending a few months here at the beginning of the year, I flew back to Europe, where I actually had to go back to Paris not long after I landed to pick up a dog from Bali that I rescued. This was obviously amazing, and then I went back to Paris a few weeks later for a girls' trip, which I'm not gonna lie, a Paris girls' trip should not be skipped. I went to go and visit my family in Le Bourg, which was amazing. I had a little tourist trip with the girls to Florence, and then followed this on by going to Kai Music in Madrid. I've also had 3 last-minute trips to Manchester over the last month or so, and now I'm coming to you from Saint-Tropez. I'm going to go through the 3 exact steps you should follow if you want to do the same, and by the end of this video, you're going to have a complete understanding of how I got to the position I'm in today. So I already mentioned that right now I'm coming to you from the French Riviera, and although I cannot afford this villa just yet, I'm able to be away with my family and even my friends that are in Saint-Tropez at the moment. I've been going to see them for nights out, and my business is not slacking at all. And that's one of the beauties of remote working, is you can really say yes to everything, even though this is the only type of burnout I actually experience now, is just doing too much. So here's exactly how I did it. Firstly, I decided to invest in a high income skill, which for me, appointment setting ticked every box. It's remote, it's flexible, it's in demand, and within a couple of weeks from my training, I had landed my first client. Within just a couple of months, I was earning more money appointment setting than I was in my 9 to 5, and that's when I called it quits. And now I can say yes to all of these amazing plans and not have to worry at all about asking for annual leave. This leads me on to my next point, which is to build freedom into your work rather than out of it. I don't just set and forget, and if that's what you think that this is, then it definitely isn't for you. Having the flexibility of working from your phone means that it can be difficult to switch off, but when you're working with a client that challenges you and ultimately working to getting those results that give you the monetary rewards, it cannot be better. By doing this, you're inspired to level up constantly, making appointment setting even more sustainable. Finally, the third step is I surrounded myself by like-minded people. Like I mentioned before, I've spent a lot of time in Bali, especially over the last couple of years, but I'm always going to be found in a remote working spot or a cafe that's very social. This just means that you can meet people, have a conversation with them. You never know when your next client's around the corner, and you never know who might be inspired by what you're doing. Since I've learned appointment setting, I've also invested in 2 business mentors, which has been absolutely game-changing, especially after I am really passionate about what I do now, which is obviously helping girls level up in the remote working space. But even just leaning on the other digital nomads that I meet in cafes, it's always amazing when a client reaches out to you and says, hey, do you know a videographer? And you just know exactly where you can point them in the right direction. So anyone that's really interested in learning more about these tips and would like to get into remote work, then make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and ask me any questions and what you'd like to see in the comments. But yeah, I hope that helps.